a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Denver Broncos and the New Orleans Saints. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Right to the air is Carr. There's Chris Olave. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully. Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people, and right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The Saints had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten. Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup. Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they? Throwing his car on third down. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful. And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Down to about the 45. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator. From the 45 on second down, Carr gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And some room to run now. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 15-yard line. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive,
it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. To throw, it's Carr. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And, Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we punt the ball away with field position? But as that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. To throw again on second down, Cousins. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs. Cousins. And it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing, Cousins. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Not the warmest starts throwing the football. He was 1 for 3, now 1 for 4 on the opening drive.
So getting him comfortable is the key. And for him, it might be different than what we think is comfortable. We're probably thinking swing passes, easy checkdowns. Some guys, they're better off throwing it downfield. That's what really loosens them up.
On third down, Cousins. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Throwing on first down is Carr. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's going to get this down near the 25. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Carr's throw here on target to Hurst. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. Touchdown, Saints. Hayden Hurst, his first touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here. No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Cousins. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was saying about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Cousins now. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this throw will be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
On 2nd and 10, Carr. They'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Carr. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Carr's throw complete there to Thomas. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Kamara up the middle. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And room there to work it inside the 25.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Carr now on 1st down. Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Open man is Michael Thomas. Touchdown! Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Cousins now to throw on first down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he's got it inside the 10. A huge play there for Denver. 54 yards. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And the hole closes quickly here. He can find only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Williams will try again. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. 4th down, Cousins. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this 2nd half as they trail, and we are back underway. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect 2nd half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And that's complete to Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 5 yards downs. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
To throw, Cousins. And Cooks has it over the middle. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 42. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. On 1st and 10, Cousins. There goes a deep ball, end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The scoreboard tells the story for him a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Again, it's Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. 3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Carr.
Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by John Johnson.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown.
T. Higgins
from 4 yards out.
And the Broncos take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as he
rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, nursing such a small lead, you thought he'd take better care of the football after his last drive. Now for the second straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that lead.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Play action now. Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
We haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and he's just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 33, and that play started back at their own 33.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard.
Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And his first throw here is incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
So a big one coming here for Kaimi Fairbairn. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now at 17-13.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
On first down, Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. An explosive 38-yard pickup. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And this offense on third down today, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on third down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
Sly able to put this one through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And he's got it.
What a catch on the sideline.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Up the middle, it's Williams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And the third interception thrown by Cousins.
It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. He's at the 30, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he is going to have a Broncos first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Cousins on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Cousins again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Levante David.
And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, the field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The end result, 21 yards.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of that man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands.
He's got a man complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Carr going to look to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating. Even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync. So for New Orleans, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll drop down to